I was thinking about these these social risk, emotional risk triggers. And I'm wondering if people's enthusiasm towards having these one night stands and these flings and these, finding a new lover, when you're doing that, you're placing yourself at pretty high levels of social, emotional risk. And because generally the experience, if you ask somebody, why'd you do it? How was it? It's not so much that the experience was that great, but there's some kind of quality that brings people back to doing it. And it may not just be the chemistry with that person at all. It may be that you're triggering enough social emotional risk in this new situation that you're slightly addicted to the flow state that it creates.
Slightly addicted is an understatement. And we're very, very, very upfront when we talk about flow. This is dangerous. You're playing with fundamentally addictive neurochemicals and really, really basic human motivations, right? Evolutionarily hardwired motivations. These are very powerful things. Creatives across the boards, it doesn't really matter what you're doing creatively, you need flow to do it. It's fundamental. One of the reasons creatives have such an enormously high suicide rate is because they're getting into flow and it's this enormous high and it's followed by this very, very deep low. The flow is a cycle, and on the backside of a flow state, you burn through all these neurochemicals, right? It takes a little while for the body to make more. It takes certain vitamins and minerals and sunshine, et cetera, et cetera. And so huge high of feeling like Superman into this very deep, dark low. And it's, what we talk about to get people through that low, because to get back into flow, you have to restart the whole cycle. So you want to move through smoothly and cleanly. The protocols are addiction management protocols. Flow is considered the most addictive state on earth. Now, so our point, what we always tell people is, look, if you're interested in flow hacking and this kind of work, this is not self-help, right? It's not self-help for two reasons. On the upside, self-help is 5% better, 10% better. McKinsey did a 10-year study of top executives in flow. They found top executives are 5 times more productive in flow. That's 500% more productive. Learning, according to studies done by the US military, jumps up 200 to 500% in flow. Creativity, 400 to 700%. These are massive amplifications, right? But you don't, what goes up must come down. So on the other side of it, there is a dark side to flow. This is dangerous. When we run all kinds of courses at the Flow Genome Project, including a Flow Fundamentals course that's open to the public that anybody can take online. But when you want to take that course, the first thing we tell people is, look, this is great, but if you have really deep emotional issues that you haven't worked through yet, we're going to mess you up. Don't do this. Solve your stuff first, then come do this. This is not to be taken lightly. Mm-hmm. In esoteric terms, right? It's a left-handed path. It's, questions everywhere and no real right answers, and very, very dangerous.
If what you've heard on Flow Research Collective Radio has been helpful, please consider doing us a solid and leaving us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you are listening to this. Reviews help us connect to a wider audience so we can get these peak performance principles out to more people.